So before everything, so first we'll do the root checking in the IP tables, and this is the command to check the existing routes. As you can see that we've already defined the route that goes from port number 80. That's basically the TCP redirect that happens from source any of the ports to destination any of the ports, and that will have a redirect to port number 10,000. So as it has already been added, but still I would actually write the entire command to just show that how it can be done. So we'll just check if the route has been updated. Yeah, it's had added been twice. So nevertheless, doesn't really matter. That doesn't really make a difference. So now we'll actually move on to the part where we will save the IP tables. It has been saved. Both of the rules are here, and now we will start SSL strip with all the data being monitored on port number 10,000. So it has started up. So now we'll start the man in the middle sort of attack with ethercap, and basically what we'll do is that we'll try to enforce a connection between the HTTPS connection, and we'll try to block the HTTPS and just move the entire thing on HTTP. So this can be done as with these certain parameters, and all you need to know about somebody is the IP address, where that person is, the target IP address. And in this case, I know the target address of the other machine is this particular address, then two double forward slashes, then starting the man in the middle. So basically now we'll just open up a new tab and try to see if facebook.com opens up or not. And yes, see, we have a Facebook opened, but as Facebook enforces our HTTPS connection, but here we have an HTTP connection. So all this is doing that HTTPS connection has been moved to HTTP, and now the data does not encrypt anymore when it passes through the network, and now we can easily spoof on it. We type in hello. So yeah, here is the result. We have hello and password is hello. So as you can see that we bypassed the entire HTTPS thing, and all the data is now being moved on HTTP. Similar things can be done for any of the other HTTP websites. Let's type for Twitter. Again the same thing, Twitter enforces HTTPS, but here it's again HTTP. So let's type in test and test as the password, and let's wait. No, we don't want to save any more passwords. Login. Yeah, so this is the entire information that has now come from Twitter as it passes through the network. All these things have come from Twitter. Similar things can be done for Gmail. Let's see if Gmail also falls for it. So it just wants me to sign in. Again, the thing to notice is that this is not green, the bar is not green anymore, it's on HTTP. So let's type in whatever and whatever. No, I don't want to save passwords, and here it's here whatever and whatever. So basically this is like doing the man in the middle, which is HTTPS being HTTP. So now I've done all the pre-steps of making the PDF, exploit and everything, because it's a pretty long job to do that. So let's see if this works out. Just have to save the file. Yes, replace the existing thing. Okay, the security warnings. Open up. So here it comes, sending in the stage, and it's basically opening up a MetaProtect shell. So just by opening up a PDF, now I've moved into your computer. This is a separate VM that I have. It's the Windows VM and it's the Kali Linux VM. So now basically it's like a backdoor entry to your system. These are the processes that are actually running on the Windows PC with certain addresses and everything. So what a clever person would actually do now is, because it's always feared that somebody would actually close in the PDF thing, so just finding a particular process that is important process so that the user doesn't close it and migrate to that process. So I'd like to basically move to let's say, for example, any of the processes. I just need to have the PID for that, the PID for that, and the work's done. So let's move to process number. Let's have for example, let's have the command prompt. So it's basically something that we all know about. So it has 2244 ID, so it's like 2244. So we'll migrate to 2244. Now it's migrating from the Adobe reader to 2244, and it'll soon end up migrating. So one thing why we migrate is that just in case somebody closes in the PDF, we will still have that backdoor entry retained inside the system, and it will not be like that if a connection has been closed, so we'll be thrown out. So like this, we can move into the important system files and just have a backdoor entry there for us, and there will be no issues. So it's taking quite a long time, but yeah, it works this way. So yeah, so basically this was how it is to actually gain the access to the system. We are gonna maybe try it one more time with this particular command prompts. Oh yeah, see, command prompts actually we were thrown out of the Windows because command prompt actually died and the processor stopped working. So that was the thing, that we actually couldn't migrate here, or probably we were migrating to a system service, and that's why it actually just broke apart, and that was about it. So that's why the MetaProtect session 1 was closed. The reason was it died because the process to which we were migrating actually did not last anymore. So this is what I'm trying to say. If apart from this it had been the Adobe Reader, then also we would have been thrown out of the system. So possibly we'd like to migrate to something that is there and consistently stays in, and plus it doesn't crash, so that we are not actually thrown out. So that's about it, and all of the particular commands that are run are pretty simple and can be done by anybody, and that makes it really simple. With no prior knowledge about hacking and all, you can still pull it off very easily. So just as we messed up the last time, so I'd like to just run it again once to just make it sure that it migrates completely. So we are just doing this particular exploit with the set parameters. That I'll just show you the parameters as well. It's a simple command to just show all the parameters. I've already listed the local host to where it contacts, and the particular IP, the particular port number where it listens to. Now let's just run the exploit. So as it started, so the one basic thing about this is that even if the user closes it, the next time if we have this particular handler running, the user will actually, whenever the user opens a file, so he just has to basically open the file and we'll be listening to it. And even though he's not aware, see again, it's happening, and we are migrating to this particular 128 IP address is moving to 130 IP address, which is actually this machine's IP address. And now let's again see what are the processes available. I hope this time we don't crash, and we'll pick up a simpler process, not a command prompt. Oopsie, yeah. Searching. Okay, yeah, we do have a calculator here. Calculator seems to be a simpler one. So calculator has a PID of 780. So let's move to 780. Yeah, so see, the migration has been completed, probably because this is not one of the system services. And now even if the user closes this particular Adobe file, we still have the access to the system. We can still run commands. Yeah, we are still inside. So this is the reason why we need to migrate to some of the important processes as soon as we get into the system, so that we have a backdoor entry maintained. So just as to finish it up, if we close this down, probably see the meter session has been closed down because the reason died, and we actually closed down the particular process to which we had migrated. So that was about it. Thank you.